Now that you're a veteran within that secondary, what has been your impression of the two rookies that were drafted in Kyler and Jaquan Brisker?
I definitely know they can make plays on the ball. I've seen Kyler do it in college, and now kind of watching the film from minicamp, watching the film in the last couple of days in OTAs, he's made some plays, as well as the safety as well. I mean, they rake out the ball. They are ball hawks. They're ball hungry. So, I mean, that's definitely a good thing, knowing that they're aggressive towards the ball.
Do you see any of yourself in? I'm sorry. Do you see any of yourself in him? You were drafted around the same time. Come from Pac-12 schools.
No. I mean, he's who he is, and I am who I am. I don't see myself in him.
You produced right away as a rookie in here. What do they need to do to come in here and be able to do that too, in terms of like right from the day one?
I have a short memory. I feel like that's big for corner, but especially as a rookie corner. I mean, you're going to mess up. You're going to have balls caught on. You're going to be in uncomfortable situations. But really just keep moving forward, keep refreshing your mind each and every day you come in, and just keep trying to get better.
This team used its 2 top draft picks on defensive backs. As someone who also plays in the secondary, how did that make you feel?
Excited. Just to have some high-level guys come in and be able to contribute. I mean, we had a lot of people leave our secondary, so, I mean, we definitely needed some replacements, and I feel like that's what they did. So, I mean, definitely helped the team out a lot.
You had a good season individually, but what was it like to go through a season where the secondary as a whole struggled and the pass defense was not very good?
What made our pass defense not very good?
All the numbers say that it wasn't very good.
What did we finish as a team in passing defense?
In
31st.
which one? Yeah.
Just total passing defense?
You could look at passer rating, you could look at completion percentage, you could look at touchdowns, you could look at a lot.
I'm really asking what was the numbers.
I'd have to pull it up for you. I know it's all around that area. Most of those categories, it was in the bottom 5. Did you feel like the pass defense was good last season?
Oh, I just didn't know the numbers. I mean, it's easy to say we weren't good, but I wanted to know numbers.
The opposing pass rating was 103.3. That was the worst.
And what was your question?
What was the experience like going through that when you were having a very good individual season, but the group as a whole was struggling throughout?
I felt like I was struggling too. I mean, I think they were all in it together. So, I mean, we just got to be on one page. I feel like a lot of things were more mental than physical things. I don't think there was ever too many times where there were like bad matchups, but I feel like we lost the game in playing a certain technique that wasn't applicable at that time, or just kind of having mental errors. So, I mean, definitely cleaning those things up. I feel like we felt like we could have did a lot better throughout that season when we left the building last year.
You came in, you contributed early, kind of, proved yourself to the previous regime. Do you feel like you're starting over and got to prove yourself to this coaching staff too, to let them know that you are as valuable a player as I'm sure you deem yourself to be?
100%. I mean, that's my mindset now moving forward. I mean, it's a complete reset. Everything I've done in the past with the other coaches, with the other staff, I mean, it really doesn't mean anything too much. I mean, the film, not going to lie to you, but at the end of the day, they want me to show them what I can do in person moving forward.
Yeah, I'm sure.
They banking on you to like to be elite player in this league, and we just talked to Coach Eberflus a minute ago, and he was talking about, obviously he highlighted things that he thinks you can do well, but he talked about things that he thinks you need to improve on, as opposed to when he spoke about Kyler. He was like very, very, positive, and he'd been praising him. I'm not saying he thinks that he's a better player than you, but I think the expectation on you is a little bit different. Do you feel that pressure? Well, how's that process been in terms of getting to know your new coaches?
I don't feel anything.
What are your impressions of the new defense, and how well do you feel that your skill set fits into what they want you to do?
How do I feel? I mean, it's definitely different from what we're used to running here in the past. But, I mean, I feel like it gives us a lot more opportunities to see the quarterback, to make plays on the ball. So, I mean, definitely got to learn the system, learn the communication, learn the verbiage. And I feel like that's going to be big, especially for the secondary. So, I mean, we were in the system that we had last year, and we still had some mental errors. So, I mean, I definitely think we need to do some extra studying, just be on one accord better this year, being able to communicate and play the zones a lot better than we did last year.
Joey, from your position, what are the biggest differences system-wise that this defense has versus the one you were playing in your first 2 years?
A lot more eyes on the quarterback.
You're comfortable playing off man. You're very good at being physical with the wide receivers at the line. How comfortable are you in playing off?
Playing off man, very comfortable.
What kind of things do you want to improve this season?
Personally, out of the last 2 seasons, what do you feel like you've really drawn from the experience overall being here?
What have I drawn from being here? Individually, or what are we referring to?
What about it has it improved you, or has hardened you, or whatever you have taken from this 2-year experience here?
What have I? That's tough. What have I taken? I would honestly just say being myself. I feel like from my rookie year to my second year, I wouldn't say sophomore year, but second year, I feel like I was more myself my second year, mentally, physically. So, I mean, I definitely just would say finding out who I am and really redefining myself each and every day and recommitting to being a better me. Not really worrying about all the external factors, but just trying to be a better person, and then with that, I'll be a better player as well.
Did you feel, just to follow up on that real quick, did you feel more yourself just because you'd gotten more comfortable? You weren't in that transition season,
Sure.
being a rookie, trying to get here. So how do you feel now going into this season, being one of the leaders in the secondary?
I feel the same. I'm confident as ever. I mean, I don't feel like there's nothing that I can't do.
We only saw one practice, and we only will see one practice a week during OTAs, but do you think it's important for the rookies, especially like the 2 that they just drafted, to not necessarily start with the ones right away to kind of work their way into that and earn that role?
I'll throw them in the fire if you're asking me. I mean, they're our first 2 draft picks. I mean, I feel like we got to see what they can do right now. And then I feel like we can kind of know what the attitude and what the vibe is heading into camp. But if I was a coach, I wouldn't ease into it. I would throw them out there.
Between now and camp, what can you show this new coaching staff that gives them an accurate impression of who you are as a player just in this next month?
What can I show them? I feel like it just comes down to work ethic. I feel like just kind of earning that respect as a hard worker, doing extra work. Because, I mean, I feel like right now it's not really too much about production. I feel like it's just really about kind of knowing your assignment and playing hard.
Tell me if you think this is a fair assessment of you. I personally think you got all the skill sets to be a really elite corner in this league, but I think that at times, to me, it seems like you were a little bit hesitant to kind of pull the trigger and take some risks, like maybe not wanting to make mistakes deep. Do you think that new confidence will allow you to kind of pull the trigger, or maybe even having the ball in front of you, you think that'll allow you to kind of take some risks where maybe it was like, nah, I don't want to get beat, I ain't going to make that jump?
I feel like my role last year, following number 1 wide receiver, I feel like there's not too many risks you can take. So, I mean, I feel like depending on what my role is moving forward, depending on the flow of the game, what I'm being called to do, I feel like calls for different techniques and different, like you said, risks you can take. But I definitely don't think that there was too many more risks that I can take last year, always having that prime matchup.